Hello, guys.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. Very good indeed. Good to see you here again. Tainá, is everything all right? Monica?
Hello,
I'm
yes.
okay.
Good. You don't sound very convincing, but okay. I'm okay. Okay. Pedro, how is everything? Monica, are you guys all right?
Yes,
Yes, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
You are probably as fine as Tainá, okay, Pedro? Yeah, I'm fine. Come on, guys. It's time to start studying English. Let's be a little more, let's say, happy. Okay?
How are you,
Okay.
teacher? How are you?
I'm
Okay.
happy.
Now I am very, very happy. Okay. You are
Yeah.
all here and we can start our class. Okay. Regina has arrived.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Mm.
Erica.
Hello, teacher.
Hi. How are things over there? Is mom all right?
Yes, she's fine. Thanks for asking.
That's good to know. Okay, guys. Yesterday we were talking about the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. Okay. Do you guys remember?
Yes.
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 All right.
Yes.
So, oh, my assistant, have we started reading this or not
Yes.
yet?
We
Yes?
are in page 9. Yes.
Nine.
Yes.
Nine. Ah, okay. There is
Fine.
only one page. So,
Page 9.
Yes.
ah, I thought it would be a
Now is
long
in the
one.
years following one toward the next. No.
Ah, okay. Ah, we are almost finishing. Okay. So let's just listen one more time so you can once
Yes. Now
again.
is in the years following one toward the second.
Okay, I got it. But let me play it one more time so you can listen to the words that you are not familiar with, and maybe you can improve your pronunciation and also your listening. As I always say, try to read
Okay.
along. Try to read along so you can improve not only your pronunciation but also your rhythm, okay, which is very important. All right. So
All right.
let me know if the sound is clear, if you can listen okay, if everything is all right. If it's not, shut up, Google. Okay.
Mhm.
Just a moment. I need to click a little button here. Where are you, little button? Okay, here. All right. If I don't click here, you're going to say, teacher, we are not listening. All right. Let's go. One, two, three now.
Challenges facing
Okay.
Mexican immigrants in the 19th and 20th centuries. The 1848 Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo included provisions that appeared to protect the property rights of former Mexican citizens in the areas annexed by the United States. U.S. courts, however, failed to support those rights. Many of the new Americans lost their property in court decisions or were ruined by the costs of litigation. In addition to the struggles over land, Mexican Americans and Anglo-Americans in the Southwest experienced discord. Friction was sparked, in part, by religious differences, economic rivalries and resentments, and ethnic prejudice and discrimination. When immigration increased early in the 20th century, some workers blamed Mexican Americans and Mexican migrant workers for holding down wages in mining, agriculture, and other industries. The influence of nativist groups as well as the economic depression led to a forced repatriation program in the 1930s. Many people of Mexican origin who had been in the United States for years were forced to return to Mexico. In the years following World War II, Mexican Americans faced a variety of other challenges. These included schools and other public facilities that were segregated, as well as poor conditions and lower pay in the economic sectors that employed many Mexican Americans. The search for social justice also affected Mexican Americans. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s had an impact on Mexican American struggles. The Chicano movement also began in the 1960s, when Mexican Americans advocated for equality as well as the restoration of land grants and other issues. The farm workers' movement spearheaded by Cesar Chavez beginning in the early 1960s also brought attention to important issues such as compensation and working conditions.
Excellent. Did you spot any other word that maybe you're not familiar with or no?
Grants.
But we haven't read this part yet.
Okay.
Yes? No, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Grants. Yes. Okay. I can talk about that. Okay. So according to Erica, we stopped here in the years following the Second World War. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you, since the window is open and I can see you, why don't you start reading it, Monica? I will always give preference to the ones that have the camera open, okay?
Me too. I love.
Go ahead.
It's more human.
Yes. Yeah, it brings more warmth to the classroom, okay?
Yes, because we are
Isolated.
yes, we are in the technology.
Yes.
So if we appear, it's more human for me.
Yeah. And also, as I said, it brings
More
more
warm. Yes,
warmth to the room.
warmth. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it brings more warmth. Okay.
Brings
Yes.
more warmth. Mm-hmm.
Warmth. Okay.
Warmth.
Because warm is an
Warm.
adjective. Okay. An
Okay.
adjective. So warmth is a noun.
Okay.
Human warmth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell teacher?
Just add the th at the end. Warmth. Okay. All right. Do your best. Come on, Monica. Read it for us. Let me shut up Google here, or Google is going to be listening to our conversation. Okay.
Okay.
And interfere all the time. Go ahead. Starting in the years following the Second World War.
Me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You.
Oh,
Yes.
this.
You.
Mhm. Oh, let me take my.
In the
You
years.
want me to enlarge this for you?
Yeah, not large, but at the start.
Here. I highlighted the beginning for you.
Okay.
Can you see the yellow part?
Perfect.
It's right there.
Perfect. In the but I would like to do this lecture with the voice of the woman. So nice, the intonation. In
That's
the
what
ears
that's why I always say to try to read along so you can get the rhythm. Understand?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Rhythm is a very important part of speaking. Okay, makes your English more natural. Okay.
Yes. So I will start it now. In the years following World War II,
Invert. Second World War.
Second World War, Mexican Americans faced a variety of other challenges. These included the school and other public facilities that were segregated, as well as poor conditions and lower pay in the economic sector that employed many Mexican Americans.
Okay, just one word, Monica. We say variety.
What were a variety?
A variety of other challenges. Okay. Variety. Okay.
Variety.
Yes, of other challenges. Any problem about
Other
this part?
challenges.
Any problem? Regina, Pedro,
No.
Erica,
Flower
Dirce,
pay.
No, teacher.
Tainá,
No.
Pay.
Gislaine.
No, teacher.
Flower pay.
Poor condition.
Is somebody asking me a question?
Flower pay.
Low,
Pay.
lower pay.
Lower pay.
It's easy to understand. This is just like the salary of a teacher. It's low pay, okay? Lower pay, okay?
Yes,
That means the Mexicans always received less than the Americans. Less, always
Okay.
less.
Okay.
So these include the schools and other public facilities that were segregated, as well as poor conditions and lower pay.
Okay.
That means they never receive it the same. If you're
Okay.
an American, I pay you $10 an hour. If you're a Mexican, I pay you $5 to do the same job. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Another question or no?
No.
Okay. In order to give other people, let's break this a little bit. Okay. Tainá, can you read this part for me? The search for social justice.
Yes. The search for social justice also affected Mexican Americans. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 50s and 1960s had an impact on Mexican American struggles.
Okay. Tainá, in English, you say Mexican. If you say Mexican, it's Spanish. Okay?
Okay.
Mexican.
Mexican.
Sounds like Mexican. Mexico. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Any question about this part? No. Yes?
No.
No.
Okay. Erica, can you read this last part for me? The Chicano.
The Chicano movement also began in the 1960s when Mexican Americans advocated for equality as well as the restoration of land grants and other issues. The farm workers movement is spearheaded by Cesar Chavez beginning in the early 1960s and also brought attention to important issues such as compensation and working conditions.
Okay. Erica had already asked me what was the meaning of land grants. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what happened after the United States annexed the many territories that used to belong to Mexico? What happened to many farmers, Mexican farmers?
Mexican farmers lost their properties.
Exactly. So they were asking for the restoration of land grants. Grant is like the permission, the right to have the lands again, which never happened. Understand?
Okay.
A grant can be used in many different situations. Sometimes it's used in the sense of a scholarship. For example, I was given a grant to go to university. In this case, it means I received a scholarship to pay for university. Okay? Okay? Understand scholarship?
No.
Well, when you go to university, if it's public,
Yes.
you don't have to pay. But if it's private, you have to pay, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you remember the previous article when the owner of the restaurant started a foundation to give money to give money to poor people, okay? Or to give money for poor people to attend college. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes, in the previous passage here, with the money that he got, you see, here, he copyrighted the slogan and started selling T-shirts and other branded merchandise to help fund a scholarship for the local community college. So he didn't make the T-shirts or other products with the logo, no love, no money, to get extra money for himself. He was going to use the money to create a fund to give scholarship for the poor people to go to college. College, university is practically the same. In Brazil, we always say, I am a university student. They don't say that in English. They say, I'm a college student. Because in order to be a university, you need to have at least 7 different colleges. Okay, so like engineering is one college, law is another college. When you have more than 7 different programs, courses in a university, degrees, you have a university. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
So a scholarship or a grant are synonyms. Like in this case here, okay? I got a grant to go to university. That means somebody gave me money to pay for university, okay? It's called a scholarship or a grant. Okay, here.
Okay.
In the case of land grant, is the papers that give you the property of the land, okay? That give you permission to take care of the land, to cultivate the land. They were asking for something they had lost more than 100 years before, which was impossible, understand? Any other question about this?
Spearheaded.
Ah, finally somebody asked me, because this word has never appeared before. This is a new vocabulary.
I always have doubts.
Well, I'm glad that you always have doubt, because the day you stop asking me, you're going to stop studying. Okay?
Yes.
Okay? So I'm always looking for difficult things, understand? So you will always have doubts. Okay? So I'll keep you forever. Just kidding, just kidding. First, what is a spear? A spear, not spare, spear. First, let's understand this.
I don't know.
Okay, a spear is a weapon used by Indians or old, very old, before I was born, okay? Don't think it's my age. Before, much, much before I was born. Or old gladiators, no. Soldiers, no. How do we call the people? Soldiers, maybe. Like
Soldier.
old soldiers, like in the Roman Empire. Oh, I'm talking about something very old. Huh? The Roman Empire used it to throw and kill a person. Or Indians use it to fish. You know, that is a long, let's say, rod or piece of wood. At the edge of it, you have a metal point, okay, like in a triangular shape, and they throw it like shot. In old movies, you see people in the old battles throwing a lot of spears, understand? Don't confuse a spear with an arrow. An arrow, in order to throw an arrow, you need a bow. Okay, like bow and arrow. You put the arrow here and go like a spear you throw with your hands. An arrow, no. Understand? Indians, they use these spears and arrows. Understand? But in this case, is spearheaded. Let's understand. Can you imagine? Oh, think about the edge of a spear. It's like this, oh, okay? A triangular thing. He's spearheaded by Cesar Chavez. Any idea of what can be, in this case, the movement spearheaded?
Spearhead.
Any idea or no idea?
It's like a leader.
Led.
Leader.
Leader. Yes,
Mm.
that's the idea, because the movement that he started, that he initiated, that he guided, understand? That he got all the Mexicans involved, the Chicano movement was spearheaded by Cesar Chavez. Okay?
Head.
Spearheaded. Okay?
Spearheaded.
Yes, that's the idea. Any other question about this part or no?
No.
No.
No questions. Understand everything now? So,
Yes.
as you can see here, the problems that the Mexicans are facing nowadays, is it something new that is probably related only to President Trump, or something that has been happening for quite some time?
Quite some time. It's been
Yes, yes. And it's really unfair what has happened to the Mexicans, because when the United States annexed all the territories that used to belong to Mexico, as I said, California, New Mexico, okay, Nevada, Texas, and other places, the Mexicans were given the word that they would be American citizens with all their rights, and they would be able to keep all their properties. But it never happened. The Americans took over everything, understand? And today, probably the grandchildren of some of the original Mexicans that were the farmers, today, probably they are employees in the farms that used to belong to one of their ancestors. Understand?
Teacher.
Yes.
Taina wrote something in the chat.
Did she?
It's asking to accept her.
Yeah.
I have already accepted her.
But she has 2 logins, I think.
Yes. Okay. Yes, because I think, teacher, accept me, please. Who said I want to accept you? I don't want to accept you. That's funny, because when the message comes to let a student in, it's easy for me, but after the message, when it appeared here, I said accept, but let me see where I can accept her. Chat, breakout, pause, hide, share, sure. I don't know. There is no button for accepting. Let me see here. Invite. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm giving you a chance, all right? I have accepted you again. Okay, Taina.
Okay, thank you.
This is the last time, okay?
Okay.
If you get out of my classroom to take a pee or to eat or to do whatever you need, I'm not going to accept you back, okay?
Okay.
Remember. Okay, no questions.
No.
No.
So what are we doing now? I have some questions. Actually, I have, I think, 4 questions. Okay. Oh, 4 questions. Is it 4? 5. I hope it's only 5. Okay, 5. What I want you to do, keep these questions in mind. Oh, I'm going to minimize so I can see all of them. What was one of the most important things included in the 1848 Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, or Hidalgo Guadalupe? Did the courts in the USA respect the rights of the Mexican people? What causes the discord, or what caused the discord in the southwestern part of the USA between Native Americans and Mexican Americans? Caused it. It's in the past. Correct there if you have printed. What happened to many Mexican Americans and Mexican immigrants after the Great Depression of 1929? What were most Mexican Americans advocating for in the Chicanos movement of the 60s? These are the 5 questions. What I want you to do, I'm going to break you guys in 2 rooms, and I want you to talk about, and in 10 minutes, I want the answers to all the questions. You can discuss between yourselves, right? So
Yes.
maybe when you talk to the others, you can remember all the questions and you can discuss. So let me try this one more time. Let's see. New share, pause share. Okay, I found it. 2 groups, maybe 4 or 5 in each one. Remember, you need to click in join. Okay, there are 5, 4. 1, 2, 4 and 4. Yes. Okay, open all rooms. And then I want you to talk among yourselves, okay? If you don't accept, you're not going to join the rooms, okay? Dirce has already joined, Tainá, Regina, Gislaine, okay, Pedro, okay. Monica, you have not joined it yet. We only need to, Monica. We are back. Don't say anything bad about me that I'm listening to everyone now, okay? All right. You got the answer to all the questions?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay, what did the first group decided about the number one? What was just one of the most important things included in the 1848 Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, or Hidalgo Guadalupe, or whatever you want to call it?
This treaty included provisions that appeared to protect the property rights of former Mexican citizens in the areas annexed by the United States.
Okay, everybody agrees with that or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now what about the other group? Okay, the group that was Monica, Gislaine, Dears. Did the courts in the USA respect the rights of the Mexican American people?
Yes, we agree because the Mexican citizens lost their property in court, and there is filed to support those rights.
Okay, they failed.
Failed.
But the most important thing is, did the courts in the USA respect? No.
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 No, no.
They lost everything. They lost all
Yes.
their properties, okay,
Yes.
under Supreme Court decisions. And the ones that had more money, they lost all the money in litigation processes. Understand?
Yes.
That means fighting with the courts. They ended up losing not only the properties, but also the money. Okay?
Okay.
The other group, Erica's group, Taina's group, what caused the discord in the southwestern part of the USA, not the USA, the USA, between the Native Americans and the Mexican Americans? Taina's group.
What's the courts?
What caused the discord?
The religion, economics, ethics,
Ethnics, what else?
ethnics.
They were also,
Economic rivalries.
Yes.
economic rivalries, and
And resentment.
and Americans were resenting that the Mexicans were always holding down the wages. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
So there were lots of causes. Religion is terrible. Okay. Ethnics, terrible. And concerning the wages, in my opinion, they were not holding down. They were accepting what they were offered. It's different.
Yes.
Understand? Of course, if they paid more, they would accept more. But the thing is, they discriminated the Mexicans. They never offered equal payment for Mexicans and Americans.
Until now.
Until now, yes.
Yes.
Which means things have not changed. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Gislaine's group, Monica, Gislaine, this. What happened to many Mexican Americans and Mexican migrants or immigrants after the Great Depression of 1929?
They forced it to return to the Mexico, and they lost the house and properties.
Yes. The only thing, we never used the definite article "the" before names. They were forced to return to Mexico. There is no "the" Mexico.
Okay.
The use of the definite article "the" is only possible before names, country names in the plural, like the United States of America, the United Kingdom, the People's Republic of China, the Netherlands, the Philippines. There are very few exceptions. The rest, no. We don't say the Brazil is the biggest country in Latin America. No, Brazil, Mexico, okay?
Okay.
Now, Taina's group, Erica group, What were most Mexican American advocating for in the Chicanos movement of the 60s?
They defended equality.
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 What else?
As well, the restoration of land grants and other issues.
Do you think they ever got something or anything?
No.
Of course, no.
No.
Not
They-
yet.
Well,
No, never.
You are optimist.
well, I think they have to pray a lot, okay?
Yes.
Because in 150 years, they haven't gotten anything. And I am not sure they will get anything in the next 150 years, okay?
No.
Yes, probably.
Yes. So unfortunately, okay? This is very similar to what happens to many Indian tribes in Brazil. Okay, like in the Amazon, many farmers invade Indian reserves and they take over their land. Understand? And the Indians never get their lands back. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
This is an eternal problem. It's not only in the US, it also happens in Brazil and happens in other countries too. Yes, all over the world. Okay, unfortunately. Okay, any question about this?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
So when you see any kind of movement protesting, advocating rights for Mexicans, I just want you to remember that this is not something new. It started more than 150 years ago, and they are still fighting. They are still struggling. Understand? And I really, in my opinion, I'm not a political person, but I think the treatment received by the Mexicans, specifically the Mexicans, that they were the original people that lived in the Mexico areas annexed by the United States, is really unfair. Understand?
Yeah.
It's just like a homeless person takes over your house and puts you out of your house. This is what happened there. Understand? And you go into court, and the court says, no, they deserve to have your house, the house that you bought, the house that you paid for, the house where you worked, you constructed. That's exactly.
American court, not teacher.
Yes, yes. They lost all their rights in every instance. Understand? And they lost all the lands.
Yes.
It's almost impossible to find a Mexican family owning a farm or a rural property in the United States nowadays.
And now they will construction the wall.
This is Trump's plan. You know what? I don't believe they will ever do that.
Yes, I think that it's not possible.
Yeah, this is just like building a new China wall nowadays. Not possible, understand? The cost of such a structure is outrageous, understand? They have so many other problems to solve, and they don't have money to build a wall, a 5-meter wall, as Trump wanted to build along the border between the United States and Mexico. We are not talking about 1 kilometer. We are talking about thousands of kilometers. Imagine the cost of this.
Yeah.
If USA there are money.
They don't have money. That's the problem, Regina.
Yes.
Their fiscal,
yes.
Their fiscal debt. Yes.
I said
If. Yeah, but this is a big if for the Americans now.
Yes.
At the moment, their fiscal debt is higher than their GDP.
FB, yes.
Remember GDP?
Yes.
So that means they owe more money that they can produce.
Yeah.
And this is bad.
Bad,
Really
so bad.
bad.
Really bad.
It's a problem for the new president.
Oh, yes, of course. It's a big issue.
For China, it's not bad.
For China, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is your question, Regina, my dear?
Do you think that Trump
Is going to win again?
Yes.
I think the result is up in the air, you know?
I think so.
Yes.
No,
I have no idea. The last time he already won the election using some strange.
How do you say Senado?
The Senate.
The Senate is Republican. The more
more members of the Republican Party.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to wait and see. Okay. Yeah, maybe in 3 weeks from now, we'll discover. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much for watching this class. You can check your emails tomorrow. Probably you will receive new material that is also going to be available at Telegram. Okay.
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 All right. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much for
Bye-bye.
watching my class.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Você tá tudo